Imagine you wake up tomorrow and someone offers you a deal. Pay $100 today or pay $300 later for the exact same result. Most people choose later without realizing they're paying a tax. That tax is called time, and compounding doesn't care about your feelings.
Today we're answering a very specific question. No fluff, no fairy dust. What's the minimum money that time can turn into retirement-level wealth if you invest once and never add another dollar? Not best case, not hustle harder, just the baseline. And yes, your answer changes massively depending on one decision most people ignore. By the end of this video, you'll know your number in under 60 seconds.
Most people plan retirement backwards like this. I'll invest something and hope it becomes enough. That's not a plan. That's a lottery ticket with extra steps. Here's the grown-up way. Decide what you need per year, then calculate the pile of money required to produce it. Let's keep it real-world comfortable, not yacht-life fantasy. A common, normal retirement spending level is around $60,000 a year for a household. Housing, food, healthcare, some travel, nothing insane. Now we need a withdrawal rule. How much you can pull annually without lighting your portfolio on fire. We'll use the conservative classic, 4%. Pattern interrupt. Quick question. If your portfolio can safely pay you 4% per year, how big does it need to be to give you $60,000? Math. $60,000 divided by 0.04 equals $1.5 million. So, if you wanted to fund that entire lifestyle with investments alone, your finish line is $1.5 million. That's the no help from anyone version. Here's where people either get realistic or get dramatic. Most retirees don't live on investments alone. They also have Social Security. And when you include it, the finish line can shrink hard. Let's say a two-person household gets roughly $48,000 per year combined. Varies by earnings, claiming age, etc., but we're modeling. If your lifestyle costs $60K and Social Security covers $48K, your investments only need to cover $12K per year. Pattern interrupt. $12,000 per year at a 4% withdrawal rate requires what portfolio? Math. $12,000 divided by 0.04 equals $300,000. So now you have two worlds. World 1, with no Social Security, equals 1.5 million target. World 2, with Social Security, equals 300K target. That's why you hear wildly different retirement numbers online. They're not always wrong, they're just using different assumptions. To figure out what you need today, we have to assume a long-term growth rate. Let's use a reasonable, inflation-adjusted return, 7% per year. Historically, broad U.S. stocks have been around 10% nominal and roughly 7% after inflation over very long stretches. No, nobody can guarantee future returns, but if you refuse to assume anything, you also refuse to plan. Pattern interrupt. You're not predicting the market, you're modeling your behavior. Now the game is simple. What lump sum today turns into the target later, with time doing all the work? We're doing a one-and-done scenario on purpose. No monthly investing, no "I'll add later." Just a single deposit and you leave it alone like a disciplined adult. Scenario 1, you want the full $1.5 million, no Social Security. At 7% real growth, the rough starting amounts look like this. 40 years to retirement, about $100,000 today. 30 years, about $200,000 today. 20 years, about $390,000 today. Translation: every decade you wait is a price increase, not a small one, a brutal one. Be honest, does your plan right now include time or hope?
Now let's talk about Scenario 2. Social Security covers most of the income. Target $300K. Watch what time does. 40 years, about $20,000 today. 30 years, about $40,000 today. 20 years, about $78,000 today. This is the same market, same math, same planet, just a different finish line.
Let's make this feel real with 3 quick examples. Example 1. The Roth IRA Sprint, young professional. Say you're 24 and you manage to max a Roth IRA for a few years. Then life gets messy. If you can get to roughly $20K to $30K invested early and give it decades, you've basically bought yourself a future safety net, even if you don't invest perfectly every year after. You don't need to be consistent forever. You need to be early on purpose. Example 2, the late starter reality check. You're 40 and you've got 20 to 25 years. In the Social Security included world, your one-time baseline is around $78K for 20 years, less for 25. That's not easy, but it's not, I need $2 million right now either. What this does is kill the fog. You stop doom scrolling and start planning. Example 3, the windfall test. Tax refund, bonus, or inheritance. You get a $10,000 bonus, tax refund, or a small inheritance. Most people treat it like free money and it disappears into stuff. But if you're in your 20s or early 30s, that $10K isn't just $10K. Time can turn it into something that actually matters. Your future self doesn't need your splurge. They need your discipline. But you might think you don't have that lump sum. Good. Most people don't. And that's not the point. This lump sum baseline is here for one reason, to show you what time alone can do. No extra help. Real life is usually the opposite. You invest gradually. And when you add monthly contributions, the starting amount drops dramatically because you're stacking consistent deposits on top of compounding. So don't use this video as a reason to quit. Use it as a reason to start. If you remember nothing else, remember this. Your minimum depends on 1, do you count Social Security or not? And 2, how many years do you give the money? That's it. 2 levers. More years equals smaller minimum. Fewer years equals you pay the time tax. If this video gave you a clear number instead of vague vibes, hit like and subscribe if you want more no-fluff money breakdowns like this. Now, comment your age range, 20s, 30s, 40s, or 50 plus, and I'll know what timelines you're working with. And do one more thing. Share this with one friend who keeps saying, I'll start later, because later is expensive.